lovely people, Nina here. So this week for my video I've decided to do a little bit of a book haul, which wasn't my original intention, but I was on Bookoutlet end of last week maybe, and I saw a few books that I was like, these would be really good to have and these would be really good to read, especially in the political climate that we are in right now. And I've been watching the news a lot, and I feel like with book bans and everything that's just been happening, it's more important to read now than ever and read specific genres of books. And so this is like a political, I guess, book haul, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I'm just going to get into it. One of the books that I have, I didn't bring it with me because I forgot, but I purchased it for my mom because I thought she would love it, and it's Bob Dylan's Philosophy of Song or something. I'll put it here. And it just talks about different, wait, I'll read the description to you. 2022 book, The Philosophy of Modern Song, is a commentary on 66 songs by various artists, mainly focused in the 1950s and the 1960s. The book is a mix of memoir and musical autobiography, Bob Dylan sharing the interpretations of his songs. My family's a big Bob Dylan fan, so we all love Bob Dylan, and so I got her this book. I'll put it here because I forgot to bring it and I don't want to go get it. But yeah, so Bob Dylan, which Bob Dylan has some wonderfully great protest music. They were talking about it the other day on the news about all of his protest songs, and he has great music. So Bob Dylan. Then I have my little book haul. I love Frankenstein. I don't own this. I've read this 2 or 3 times for school, and so I've just rented it from my school, but now I own a physical copy of it, and it's a fancy copy. This was literally like $2. Bookoutlet, if you don't know what Bookoutlet is, it's a place where you can like get discounted books that are either couldn't be sold in stores because they're a little bit damaged, but they're still like perfectly fine, or they were just maybe like overstock or like clearanced out. Bookoutlet takes them in, and then people get a little bit of a little more inexpensive book, and so that's where I get a lot of books from them. I love Bookoutlet. The next one is The Last Suspicious Holdout by Lady Hubbard. This is a collection of interlocking short stories, including the title story written exclusively for this volume that explores the relationships between friends, family, and strangers in a black neighborhood over 15 years. I'm excited about this. It sounded really, really good. So that's that one. The next one is The 100-Year War on Palestine. I've wanted to read this for so long, and I had it reserved at the library, and the hold was like a million weeks long, and I was becoming impatient because I had wanted to read this, and I saw it on Bookoutlet, and it is a little damaged at the top, but that's okay. Well loved. And both of my sisters were like, I want to read that. So when I'm done with this, I will be passing it along to them. And then, yeah. Again, it sounds really good. It's the history of settler colonialism and resistance of 1917 to 2017. This one was on BookTok and has been on BookTok for a while, and everyone's been talking about it, so I'm excited to read that. Unthinkable by Jamie Raskin. This is his account of he lost his son to suicide, and then a few days later he was stuck in the January 6th coup, and so this is his account of that. I adore Jamie Raskin. I'm excited to read this, but I also know it's going to be very, very sad. But that's this one. I wanted to read this one too again for a while, and like his, yeah, it's all the like trauma that he went through, and yeah, it's gonna be a hard read, but like also a very important read for especially right now. It's going on the January 6th theme. This is the January 6th report, which is reporting, analysis, and visuals by the New York Times. Findings from the Select Committee to investigate the attack on the U.S. Capitol. Reporting, analysis, and visuals, blah, 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 by the New York Times. This is the whole report. It's like over 500 pages of January 6th and like everything that happened and everything that was on the news. This is going to be so interesting to read. If you didn't know, January 6th is my birthday. So I remember this like it was yesterday, watching it unfold on the news and how depressing and upsetting it was. So this is again going to be a hard read, but in the political climate that we are in right now, an important read. There's that one. And then the last two that I have, the autobiography of Malcolm X. I have read bits and pieces about Malcolm X, and I've had to read like excerpts from this for school, but I've never read his full autobiography. So I'm excited to read about this. Again, I love biography. Anything where I can learn about people and have more education, essentially. Yeah, so that is the Malcolm X. Also a good one to read for Black History Month. An important one. And then this one is How the Word is Passed. A Reckoning with History of Slavery Across America. Part of the description says, beginning in his hometown of New Orleans, Clint Smith leads the reader to an unforgettable tour of monuments and landmarks, those that are honest about the past and those that are not, that offer an intergenerational story of how slavery has been central in shaping our nation's collective history and memory. It is the story of Monticello Plantation in Virginia, the estate where Thomas Jefferson wrote the letters espousing the urgent need for liberty while enslaving more than 400 people. And then the description kind of goes on from there. But I just thought this sounded really interesting. It's not super long either, but it was ranked the 10 books of 2021 from the New York Times. So I think that is my last one. Yeah, that is my last book that I have. Again, like I said, it's going to be heavy in like the political genre, but again, that just goes with our time, and I feel like it's really important to be talking about politics, and especially politics around books, because there's so many books that are being banned, and it's just getting like more and more, and there's so much happening with the current political climate that it just needs to be talked about, and I feel like there's not enough of that on BookTok at the moment, so I'm going to bring that in and reading books on politics and such, because I love to learn, and I think it's really important to be educated when it comes to reading. Yeah, so that is my little book haul. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this maybe inspires you to pick up one of these books and give it a read. Yeah, that is it for this week's video. I love you all, and I will see you next Friday with a brand new... No, I will see you on Saturday. I have a video coming out on Saturday. So I will see you Saturday with a brand new video. Bye!